Hello, hello. This is Jamie, light working your way through the unknown. So, as Mary Jo mentioned in last month's video, I'll be taking over the videos for the most part. She might pop in when she feels called to do so, but for the most part, I'll be taking over the Angels Talk videos for the month, as well as combining them with the Lightworker Path videos for the month. So we have some good stuff going on, and it just so happens to be um, 2026, the eve of tonight. So, yes, it is New Year's Eve, and we are moving into 2026, which is an ending cycle year. It's a 9 year cycle ending, and we're shifting into a lot more action oriented. So, in your personal life, it's time to take some action in some areas, some things you've been thinking about. I put together a nice PDF, and it's posted on our social media pages. It's all over the place, and in some of the newsletters and things like that. So you might have seen that out there already. If not, there's a link on our social media accounts in Instagram and I think Facebook as well. And you can go ahead and download that PDF. It's 4 or 5 pages, and it gives you a more detailed outlook on the energy for the year of 2026, the differences, some of the shadow side aspects for you to work through, and some suggestions on how to handle that. So that's a neat little PDF. It's free. I provide it. Yeah, and I have it uploaded. So check it out and click those links. But in the interim, we have January 2026's reading. We're ready to roll. We've called in the angels, and let's do this. So what we're doing is we're asking Archangel Michael and all of the guides that wish to be here with us today, asking them for clear and concise messages, allowing any fear-based thoughts, any ego mind thoughts to just take a back seat right now. Because what we're doing is connecting in, we're channeling divine messages for the collective for January. So let's begin. We've shuffle of the cards here. All right. We're going to do 4 cards today of the main deck. Set those up. And then we have a special deck, an additional deck. It's called the Mystical Forest deck. And it always has some great inspiration. So we'll pull a card from that to kind of bring everything together afterwards. So let's see what we have here. What do the angels say for us? I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So first and foremost, they talk about skilled work is rewarded. And as I just mentioned, this is the action time where perhaps all of the planning or the cutting away that's happened in 2025, now we're stepping into an action period where perhaps all the hard work you've done is now going to reap more benefits and or allow new doors to open so that you can take it that step further. Um, they also ask you if there's any additional learning right now to do to kind of learn all there is to know about the particular aspect or whatever you're working on there, where whether it's an additional skill or hobby or something for work, a course online or something like that. So it is calling for you to do a little work here to keep it moving. Again, we can't just sit on the couch and allow it to happen. Secondly, we're talking about relate oh good, this is great, new relationships developing into a space that's going to open up more doors, and or existing ones are going to kind of bump to a new level. So maybe someone casually you knew provides a new opportunity or an opportunity to, co-create something with them. So pay attention, think about that, kind of stick it in your back pocket. So if it comes up, you say, oh, wait a second, Jamie said that. They mentioned that the angels might bring something. So maybe I need to take a second and entertain this. Whereas before you might have just said, well, I don't know. Perhaps we entertain it. All right, let's see. Next, we're bringing up, they don't want you to forget with all this rush in doing, it's not really rush, wrong word there. Correct me here. With all this forward progression, this action-oriented energy, we don't want you to forget to take some time to enjoy the little luxuries of life, to step outside, close your eyes, and just this is an exercise I tell my students when they need to really center and ground back in, to Mother Earth, to Gaia, to all of nature's beauty, to close your eyes outside and just count how many sounds, different sounds you can hear. Uh, Birds, could it be different birds, leaves, even the garbage truck? Just really connect in with your eyes closed and wake up your senses again. So, with that said, noticing the natural world, enjoying life's little luxuries. You've been working hard, so, take some time, do some fun things as well. Um, Spending time alone, they also mentioned in the card as well, is a good thing. So, with that said, it's not any sort of loss or any sort of depressive type energies is spending it alone. It's about doing something that maybe you've always just wanted to go do, and you just take yourself out and you go do it. Or you watch a movie that maybe no one else has wanted to watch, but you want to watch this movie. So, spending some time nurturing what it is that you truly want to do. And for some, you really have to dig deep, because perhaps you offer yourself and your gifts out to everyone else, perhaps in the family or at work. And so you're more of a fixer and provider. So this is a time to really look at yourself, and say, what do I want to do? If I could do anything today, well, what do I want to do? And then you go do it. So the last card here speaks to an inflow of abundance, and I'm loving that. We're seeing action oriented, perhaps some additional study and work in areas, but we're moving. We're taking steps, we're doing our part as the angels co-create with us. Because when we manifest and when we work on that, we have the opportunity to get a clear vision, and with that vision, we focus in on what it is we want to align with. And so we send that message off to the angels and they hear that. But then the second part is while they're doing their magic upstairs, if you will, we have to do the things that we need to do, our job, take the steps to help that process. Again, we can't just sit on the couch and expect miracles to happen, for the most part. We have to kind of co-create with them. That's the word. That is the design of this life school is to co-create with Source and the universe and our guides. So back to the inflow of abundance. Now, abundance can be financial prosperity. It can be abundance of love, abundance of support. Abundance comes in many forms, but there is an inflow that is in the process of coming through this month. So keep an eye out for that. And just because it may or may not be dollar bills, so to speak. Abundance is a beautiful thing, and we say thank you. We say thank you, whether it comes in support, love, food, however it comes through, right? It's a blessing and a gift for us. So never kind of push it aside just because perhaps it's not a dollar bill, an additional dollar bill. I get a lot of questions on that. And folks seem hyper focused on the monetary aspects of abundance, but it comes in all forms and we need it. Our soul needs all forms. Um, Perhaps they speak also to a new business adventure or a partnership that might unfold. And that kind of goes back a couple cards to the new level of relationships that are coming your way. So keep an eye out for some partnerships there. It could just be, projects, things you might have wanted to do. They may not be career oriented, but keep an eye out. They're divinely sent. So it's worth taking note on that. With that said, we're going to scoot over to the Mystic Forest now and get kind of an overall beautiful message from them. I really like this deck. It has really encouraging messages, and it's a good way to kind of end things off your reading. Mm. Oh, it's fitting the beginning. We are in the beginning of a new year. This is a liminal time, a changing time, a very magical period from today through tomorrow. Any sort of crossroads like that. when light changes, when the calendar year changes, different seasons of the year. They're liminal times, so there's a little extra magic out there. So note that. And as we speak about magic, if you're into moon magic and working with the moon, um, this Saturday is a full moon. So it's a great time for releasing or putting energy towards a particular thing you're working on. So take this time and don't necessarily do goals or resolutions. It's such heavy, heavy words. Have visions, visions for change, visions for what you see for yourself. And start to think about how to put those into action, baby steps and things like that, and utilize the moon time to do some candle work, to perhaps do a meditation outside to kind of charge up that thought process. There's a myriad of ways. We talk about them quite a bit in the mentorship program. So there'll be links in here for that, or you can hop over to, either website, angelstalk.com or lightworkerpath.com, and find out more about the mentorship there. So the card is New Beginnings, and I'll just read this for you. There is still time to adjust or start over. Feel life flowing freely through your being. All your wishes can come true in the creative potential of a new beginning. So that's a fabulous card, I think, for this very day, seeing as tomorrow is the first, the first day of the new year, and we get new beginnings. So all things are possible when you work with the divine. Blessings, and I will see you next time.